Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem 314 Tarot. I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning and hello if you're new. Gemini, this is your birthday bonus reading. So any placement of Gemini any placement of concern for Gemini, including Sun, Rising, North Node, Stellium, or Third House. But check your chart for where Gemini influences your life. And my Gemini is in the 5th and 6th houses. So it influences how I communicate with bosses and friends, family, my pets, neighbors. It makes me enthusiastically curious, and a fair but meticulous researcher. I'm my friend's greatest cheerleader, and I value an engaging and fulfilling daily routine. I think deeply and intently, but do tend to be arrogant about what I know. So check your charts in the area, whatever house your Gemini is in, and that will be like the area of life where you will feel that energy the most, regardless if your sun is in there is in that house. Regardless of where your sun is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Sun and Mercury are in Gemini right now, and Jupiter is incoming very quickly, like tomorrow, Okay, so holy moly, Gems expect a vital power boost. Okay, your minds are going to be firing a mile a minute. Information, inspiration, comprehension, deduction, and conversation are all in overdrive. But every blessing comes with caution. Your mind might jump to conclusions before you have all the information because you seem so eager, so into, oh, sorry, so eager intellectually that you get to the conclusion quickly. But information can change moment to moment. That's the nature of Mercury. That Mercury, the messenger, the communicator, the information exchange that changes moment to moment, and free will to free will. So what may have looked true an hour ago might not be true by the time you hear it. Jupiter also lends an air of arrogant energy, so he's sure of himself, maybe a little boastful, and has an insistence to move on to something else because your mind is already made up and you feel you know all you need to know. So, at this time, and for the next week or so, your brain is high spirited. You are social and engaging, little adventurous, expressive and curious, but mind your ego and attention span, Gemini. If you have placements in your birth chart that create difficult angles to these three big energies, take care to not become too sensitive to opposing opinions or bogged down in arguing about details or becoming argumentative, irritable, egotistical, or unfocused. So, I went ahead and laid out a DIY spread for you and the first layer of Lenormand. So let's see what we've got here for you, Gemini. We've got the card for the attic, okay, and that's your higher thoughts. But it also can be. Now think of what an attic is in the house, okay? It's also taught behavior, family tradition, or baggage, okay? But it's thoughts, intuition, and your higher minds. On that, you got the moon. Then you have special talents, and on that, you got the stars. You pulled what haunts you, and you've got the stork, which is like movement, relocating, improved standing, be receptive and listen, be calm and collected. So something about maybe a move, maybe you need to move, maybe you feel you need movement, and that's kind of eating away at you a little bit. In the middle, you got what should you take a chance on, and you pulled the sun. So you got the moon and then the sun right underneath it. And then let's see, we got two more to go. You got something's not what it seems in your energy. And what you pulled for that was the card for the burial mound. So this may be something that you thought was put to rest, but maybe it's not. And then the last card you got was what went wrong. Oops, I fucked up. So we're going to see where in life maybe there was a oops. And you've got the bear here for your card. And the bear is like preparedness and resourcefulness. So there could be something in your monetary energies where maybe you think you fucked up but you didn't, or maybe you thought you were prepared but you weren't as prepared as you had hoped. So we're going to go ahead to the animal wisdom deck and lay out how this is all working out. So let's go to your higher thoughts, the attic space. I have a bunch of cards in this deck that are different rooms of a house, because the house is our subconscious, it's our mind. So every room, there's something in, our subconscious for that. And the attic is where we have our memories and higher thoughts, our higher self, where we connect with our traditions and ancestors. Think of what's up in an attic. It's all the stuff that you store, before we had storage units or whatever. Up in the attic are things that we use every year, like the holiday decorations, and a lot of times those are passed down from, mother to grandmother to mother to daughter. There's boxes in there from relatives. There's, all kinds of things that we hold from the past are up in the attic. So what is this? Higher thoughts, taught behavior, family tradition or baggage, thoughts and intuition, which is interesting because you pulled the moon card, which is all about intuition. It's also about hidden things. This is emotion, intuition, cycles, sensitivity, flux and change, receptiveness, psychicness, reflective, dark, hidden illusion, and dreamy. So what is up in Gemini's higher thoughts? What's the moon hiding in the attic for Gemini? Sun, rising, north node, stellium, or third house? Third house? I hope I got that right. Yeah, third house. Okay, we've got the blue jay, which is the 5 of feathers. There was some kind of contention. There was arguing, there was fighting, and there's somebody came out a winner, but other people had to lose for it. Could this be like an inheritance? Are you fighting over things that were left behind? This could be, if it's not the family baggage thing or tradition, or an inheritance, this could be like, maybe opinions are ruffling some feathers, I heard. Okay, but they were opinions or thoughts that were kept under the moon for a while. They were hidden, but it's also, they change with the cycles. So maybe, especially Gemini being the double-sided, double-minded sign, you maybe could have changed some opinions. You could have changed how you feel about what's in the attic. You could have changed how you feel about family tradition, where you come from, what you're hanging on to, and that could be ruffling some feathers. Letting go of that stuff will be better for you, but if it has to do with family things, the purging of those things can often hurt the people that were involved. And we do see a lot of that coming out now, especially with politics or with gender roles. There are advancements, there are changing views, changing needs, and a lot of times when those things from tradition change, the people who were like, well, I was raised that way and it was good enough for me, why isn't it good enough for you? Well, because they don't understand that times change. One of the things that I always lamented about being a parent is that I can only raise my kid the way I it's like we can only raise them from our past, but we don't prepare them for the future that they need to create because we can't see that future, you know? So, yeah, we try to give them the basics, but when we start giving them our dogma and our, the things that, the negative things that we were raised with, because that's all we know, it hinders them. It hinders the next generation. You can only pass, and it's not even that you can only pass on good things, because they're good and bad about a lot of things. And that's one of the pitfalls, especially with Gemini energy, is it's a lower vibration of Libra where we see both sides. But with Gemini, it's like um very passionate about either or, so this could be something, again, like maybe there was family traditions that were kept hidden because you've got them under the moon, and you intuitively knew that they were either wrong or outdated or harmful and had to change, and by changing this you caused, there was a lot of contention. But there is no growth without discomfort. So please keep that in mind. Next, we will go to what haunts you, and it's the stork. Now, beyond the idea of the stork bringing a child, that's the least of its symbolism. Okay, storks migrate every year. They go back and forth. Um, they go to the same nesting grounds, and then they come back to the same um, living grounds. But it heralds a change of position, whether mentally or physically, a change of address. It says be receptive and listen, be calm and collected. It says quick planning slash progress. And they're reserved, smart, and accepting. Okay. And it's also movement, relocation, and improved standing. So if this is moving away from something of the family, to moving away from the family seat or the family home or the family dogma traditions, this is something that is it's for good, because it's a relocation and improved standing. So you're moving to different grounds because those grounds are higher than where you're coming from. Okay. Over here, you've got special talents, and there's the stars. And this person is on a boat, and he's using a sextant to mark his location and plot his course. Okay. This says guidance, orientation, navigation, direction, purpose, a dream, a wish, the tools, the means, and the instruments to get there. So I feel like you are just discovering that on this you've set your sights to a new area. We've got the migration card of the storks. We've got leaving behind old traditions. So your special talent is that you can plot that course. You can see that shore that's somewhere else. You can imagine yourself there. You can actually see yourself traveling to this new place. So, and you have the ability to get yourself there. So can we please clarify for Gemini, what is the storks on what haunts you? So it could be the idea that you have to leave these old things behind, and you have to do it for your health and for the health of your future, but it's haunting you. Or and others in the collective, maybe you are past this point and you already made this move, you already made this decision, you already came to the conclusion that there needs to be a breaking away from these old traditions and old dogma, and it's kind of bearing a little bit of burden on your heart. So please, thank you, clarify the stork on what haunts you. We've got otters. We've got the three of shells. That's the three of cups. And it's like this is the friend group, the community, um, cooperative energies in your life. Perhaps this was a very, very difficult decision to migrate and move on because you're leaving behind something that had once brought you a lot of comfort, a lot of support, and a lot of understanding. But when you change your mindset, when you change your goals, when you accept a different aspect of who you are, that all has to change too, because like they're screaming at me right now the phrase, not everyone can come with you, but the ones who count can, right? So this may be an energy where you had to move on from something and you left behind some people that meant a hell of a lot to you from that past cycle, but you are going to gain that back. Okay, because what happens when you take out, I'm not calling, the people that were in your life garbage, it's just, I'm just using as an example. When you take the garbage out, it leaves the house smelling better, there's more room, there's less stress. um, all of that old shit, all of that stuff that's decaying in your energy is gone, and that leaves room for better things to come into the house. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of there may be, it's not even regret, it's just disappointment that some people couldn't come with you. It's disappointment that maybe there's judgment passed when you leave these things behind. Or you just don't want to subscribe to those old beliefs anymore, and people are kind of disappointed, like, how did I raise you? I raised you better than this. It's like, yeah, you did. I think for myself, the times are different, so you have to shift your sensitivities, you have to shift your understanding. There's more things to include in decisions than were when you had to make these decisions, so you have to trust yourself. Okay, only you can navigate these waters. See this in the stars card, he's navigating by himself. Okay, you have to navigate the waters of the future by where you want to go, not where you've been. All right? So, can we please clarify the stars for Gemini? Thank you. Oh my god, you got the stork again. This is definite movement. Ace of feathers, so that's the Ace of swords. Um, and also, the aces are a little bump up from the divine. So, this is an opportunity that you don't actually see coming. But look, he's bearing that one. Oh, I hate the glare on this. I don't know how to fix it. But he's bearing that one feather with him. Okay, this is the Ace of Feathers. This is truth. This is clarity. This is a new line of thinking. It's one feather because it's just beginning. Okay, it's just a little bit of something. So you are taking this. Look at how this is. This is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see this, but see how he's navigating by that star? And then you've got the stork here flying under the moon, where he's got the moon here in the card too. So there's this special talent you have. It could even just be a wider way of thinking. That's not, it hasn't been, I don't want to say it hasn't been thought of before, but nobody's going to implement that like you will, you know? Like maybe it's an idea that others have had before, but everybody's going to implement those ideas differently because they're coming from different places, they're going to different places, they have different goals, they have different foundation, and they have a different mind frame of where those thoughts are going to take them. So this is really beautiful. This is because this is feathers, and the feathers are the swords. I really believe that um the Gemini collective is going to be on like an intellectual journey, you know, really really looking at the foundations of where their thinking is coming from, and what it means to change that thinking. And these cards of movement and flying and thinking, this is all very high-minded. You really could go far with these new ideas, but I'm being told that you have to make sure that they are pure, and you have to make sure that they're progressive, and you have to make sure that they're not repressive or exclusionary, because that holds you back, that anchors you back instead of propelling you forward. Okay, let's go on to the burial mound here, something that's not what it seems. This is the burial mound, and it's sudden loss or mourning, it's death, but it's release. Okay, there's a finality here. There was an end point. Something was put to rest. It's burying the past. It's releasing obligations to dead beliefs. So, you might be running into some situations where you thought you were progressive about it, but you kind of started falling back on to the old teachings and traditions that you had, depended on before. So something may be coming back up. I feel like I feel like heartburn coming back up. Let's clarify the burial amount. What was buried for Gemini? That is not what it seems, please. Oh, I also heard some in the collective may have let go of something that actually is very useful and very true, but you maybe let it go too soon. We've got the salmon here. That's the 9 of shells. This has to do with the 9 of cups. So there was something where you thought you had everything set up to receive this emotional fulfillment, but those cups were empty. You know, they're not full yet. They're not full until you get to the 10. Something that's not what it seems. You let it go. This could be love. Um, You may have put aside something of a relationship, a connection, the possibility of a connection. That you may have put aside old. Okay, so they're showing me somebody who was brought up a certain way to feel like their emotional fulfillment would come from a certain way of living, right? But once you almost got there, you realize this is not what you want. So you actually put that down. You buried that, you put it to rest, and you let that expectation of you go. Okay? That there was something else for your 9 of cups out there that you want to seek. So something's not what it seems. It was the burial, something was put to rest, and it had to do with a 9 of cups. So this could be like what I'm seeing, and please don't think that I'm being what's it called? I hear sirens, so I'm kind of distracted for a second. Okay, please don't think I'm being judgmental. I do believe that everyone has a choice to what they want to pursue as their happiness. But this is giving me like freedom versus trad wife kind of expectations here that people are going through right now. And there's arguing and fighting over which way is better. And I don't get it. Now believe me, I do not subscribe to the trad wife traditional thinking. However, if you are happy that way, if it's I'm serious, if it makes you happy to be in that dynamic, then be happy. But my problem is when people are happy one way and they think that they should make that rule across the board for everybody, and it's not. Everybody has their own personal happiness. If it fits in with those old traditions, beautiful, keep them alive, but don't expect that everybody's going to follow you, especially as time goes on and those old traditions start falling away. There are obviously going to still be people who subscribe to them. That's as it should be. I would never want to change that, but I would never want to make rules that go across the board for other people. Do you know what I mean? So that being said, it could actually just be as simple as if you were in an engagement and then you realize that it's not what you wanted, okay? And you had to change that. Also, I heard some in the collective, though this may be a smaller group, once you do set something aside that's old, once you do close that burial mound on something from the past, your Nine of Cups then comes in. Then you are free. Then you can actually go and set up your cups and pursue that life that will bring you this happiness. Look at all these shells, they're on a rainbow. So this must have been after something very difficult. Very difficult to let this go. But after that difficulty, there could have been heartbreak here, there could have been separation here, there could have been fighting here, because we do have the of Swords up here with the Five of Feathers. But once that's released and put to rest, this is the salmon. And salmon go back to breeding grounds that they had been at before. This actually could be you going back to an old grounds where you had to leave them behind, and you're going back to where you felt loved. You're going back to where you felt accepted. You're going back to where you felt even and stable and supported. Okay? Now we'll go to the middle here. What should I take a chance on? And it's the Sun. You've got success, energy, growth, warmth, motivation. This is masculine energy where the moon was feminine. This is restoration and vitality. You should take a chance on you, I heard. I'm also hearing ABBA. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around when you got no place to go, when you're feeling down. Take a chance on you. This also could be take a chance on this new direction you're going towards your Nine of Cups. But the sun is shining on whatever it is you want to take a chance on. So let's clarify this. Gemini should take a chance on the Six of Cups. What did I tell you? We've got the manatee. Six of Shells, that's the Six of Cups. This is nostalgia and love from the past. The thing about the Six of Cups is that, I'm getting goosebumps, you guys. I'm getting goosebumps for you. The thing about the Six of Cups is it's a memory of a connection that was beautiful and pure and innocent. It was equal, it was supportive, it was loving, it was fun, it was exchanging ideas, exchanging plans, just being in each other's friendship and presence. And it was beautiful, but it did not continue. The Six of Cups is something from the past that was ended before life could ruin it. So what we're thinking back to is an illusion by now, because it's not that relationship anymore. You're not the same, they're not the same, but you hold that in your mind as the epitome of what you're looking for, because it was so pure back then that your mind is going back to it now. Now, it's fallen on the sun, and it's fallen on what should you take a chance on. There is something here where you are migrating away from what you were raised to believe, and you're going back to something that you had in childhood that was beautiful. But that's still in your mind. There's no real pentacles movement yet. You've got the Ace of Feathers, which is thoughts. You've got the Six of Shells, the Nine of Shells, which is cups. That's emotion. You've got the fighting to get away from something here with the Five of Feathers. That's air. You have the Three of Shells here, which was friendship over here. But there's no real planning. There's no real movement. It's just I think it's just all nostalgia. It's like now that I've left this bullshit behind, maybe I can try to get back what I had before. Okay? If it's not a particular person, which I'm hoping we'll get some clarity on that as we go, if it's not a particular person, then it's just the idea of there was something in the past before all the bullshit of life pulled you apart, and you want to search for that feeling again. Okay? Here, our last card here is what went wrong. Oops, I fucked up. Here's the bear. And the bear is strength and protection, courage, resourcefulness, preparedness, and prosperity. Okay, so what went wrong? There is a feeling here, and I don't know if this is going to be for the whole Gemini collective, but there's a section of you that feel like you left something behind because you weren't courageous enough to see it through, or you weren't in any kind of position to to be courageous enough to, like, if this is from the past, usually Six of Cups is something from young adulthood or childhood. When you're a child, you don't control what happens in your life. So if you were pulled apart from somebody, like maybe school separated you, or your families moved, or whatever it was that cut this connection, you did not have it in your power to change that at the time. If this happened in adulthood, what went wrong was that maybe you didn't have the money, the resourcefulness. There was strength, protection, but also preparedness and prosperity. So there was something that you just could not hold it together. And I don't feel like this was in your control. That's the thing. Clarify the bear, please, for Gemini on what fucked up. How did they fuck this up? Oh my goodness, that's too many. I heard lots of ways. Don't be so hard on yourself, Gemini. Please clarify the bear for what got fucked up. Okay, we've got the Page of Wands, the Seer of Branches. This is the fox energy. So Page of Wands here is active, energetic, and cheerful, optimistic, fearless, and enthusiastic. What is this? Forward and ready, but not always for thinking. Oh, this is Aries energy. Okay, so now we have a sign on the board. We have Aries on the board. New ideas, good news, and opportunity. So I heard this was all good and well, but you couldn't maintain it. It's almost like look how the fox is looking at this stick that's on fire. That's what they showed me. That's what they made me look at when they said that you couldn't maintain it. There was a flame here. There was vitality here. There was hope. There was energy. There was intent. But there was something about it that just you could not maintain it. And I don't feel like this was in your control, but you do feel like it was. You feel like you fucked up. You feel like you messed this up by not being prepared to continue with it. You had no way of ensuring the prosperity of this connection, and you just kind of looked at the fire and watched it fizzle away. Like this fox is looking at the stick on fire. He didn't light it, but there's nothing he's going to be able to do to stop it from burning out either. Sirens. Sorry about that. It's a busy neighborhood. So, also I feel there was like a reduction in your, like, here we've got the bear. It's like, it's big, it's powerful, it's long standing. I feel like I heard it's older. I mean, there was the first energy on this feels very powerful and very enthusiastic. There's energy here, there's fearlessness here, but then you've got the page on top of it, so something reduced that. something made you feel knocked down a peg, if that makes sense. So we're going to go on to the Easy Tarot and get another layer. I hope this is resonating. I hope this is making sense. I hope this ends up being helpful. If that is the case, and you'd like to support the channel, please hit the like button. Leave a comment because I really do value feedback. Also, I do have a Venmo and CashApp links in the description if you'd like to support the channel that way. So please let us move on to back up here to the attic. Remember, there was something in the higher thoughts or family baggage that was kept hidden, and there was contention about it. So please clarify the arguing and fighting over under the moon here. This is mother energy. So this is nurturing and motherhood. This is Cancer energy. So this could be, I mean, simply put, this could be baggage that you had from your mother and that she had from her mother and she had from her mother. And then when you finally turned around and said, let's address this bullshit, it ended up being a big fight. So please clarify the Five of Feathers on the moon for Gemini. Okay, no, that's too many. Okay, thank you. We've got the Emperor. Okay, so now we have father energy here. This was definitely something from the parents. Okay, so I have to say it as many ways as they're showing me. This could be either, because the Emperor is all the kings, and he's formidable, and he makes the rules, and he's ruler of his castle, and it's his way or no way, and things like that. But on the other hand, he is in a more exalted energy. He's a great protector. He's a good listener. He definitely takes into consideration all the needs of his subjects, even though some of his judgments may not be they have to be fair in order to take everyone into consideration. It's like the ultimate judge, judge energy. He has to be fair in order to not be biased and in order to take everyone's needs into account. But sometimes that means, as a compromise, some people have to give up the things that they want. And it's not meant to punish. It's just meant to not be biased. And others in the collective, I feel, and this might be a smaller group. Hold on, they're clarifying something for me. Yeah, they're reiterating that there was disagreement over what mother and father was supposed to be. That's what I heard. There could be disagreements over the roles that they play. They're okay, and they're also showing me, you know what, they've been showing me this a little bit more lately. There was contention over what is feminine and what is masculine. Okay, I can't get around it. I wasn't in particular going to like channel that gender stuff on purpose, but I of course accept it if it comes, and I will definitely address it when I see it. So I would be disingenuous if I did not acknowledge portions of the collective that are going through gender questions, especially with gender roles. Remember, I did mention earlier about traditional versus the more freer, more progressive gender role identities here when you were seeking your Nine of Cups. So I do have to mention that part of it could be in the collective. There was contention over what the roles of mother and intuitive nurturer should be as opposed to the strength of an emperor. Okay? Whew, that was a lot. Hang on. I paused at 4002. If anyone's looking for number syncs, 4002. 4002. So we're going to go on to what haunts you. And it's this move. Maybe there was a move in your past that, took you away from your friend group, but you got a new friend group. Please clarify the Three of Shells on top of the storks. This movement, but it was for, what was it for? Let me read the card again. Movement, relocation, improved standing. Okay. Be receptive and listen. Be calm and collected. Quiet planning and progress. Okay, so that means keeping your plans to yourself. We do have the moon card, which means there are things that are hidden. You don't have to share everything with everybody. You can keep your own heart to yourself. So there's quiet planning, and with that will come quiet progress. It says be reserved, smart, and accepting. So maybe since that haunts you, you made a move, okay, or you were moved, and you got a new friend group, but maybe it wasn't exactly what you wanted. You know what I mean? It's like there was something lacking. And the, but then again, it didn't come out reversed, but it is on the card of what haunts you. So please clarify this Three of Shells, the otters, playful energy, friendly energy, cooperation on this storks card. For Gemini, Sun, Rising, North Node, Stellium, or Third House. Thank you. Ace of Wands tried to come out also, but we have, okay, the Seven of Swords. Again, this is like self-preservation. Some people think it's the thief in the night, but I tend to interpret it as leaving behind indecision and taking what you can carry and going to a different mindset, because it is swords, so that's thoughts and your higher mind. However, it seems that there was some regret here, because the way that this card is set is that the two swords are on the floor here, and this very much mirrors the Five of feathers here, because there's 2 and 3. Okay, so this is the two swords of indecision were left on the ground, but he's left with the 3 feathers of heartbreak. So there was something contentious here, possibly with a father figure from family tradition, where you left aside indecision, but then it led to heartbreak. On the Seven of Swords, you drop your indecision and you're left with 5 swords, which is this contention card, the fighting, the arguing. It's also the putting to rest of that arguing, because in the Five of Swords, somebody is the victor and 2 people are walking away defeated. If this is you versus your parents, this could be you taking your thoughts, your beliefs, and saying, that's the end of the arguing. I am who I am. This is what it is. This is where I'm going. I'm sorry you can't come with me. I'm sorry you disapprove. But you're being defensive about it. You're picking up what you can and you're getting the fuck out. In the Rider-Waite deck, the card is somebody running away from a circus. And it always says to me, not my circus anymore, not my monkeys, not my clowns. This is not my situation anymore. Now, that being said, in some decks, the person who's running away is looking backwards, looking behind, so that they're watching so that nothing follows them from the past, okay? But sometimes in the cards, there's something under their foot that they're not seeing that's going to trap them. In some decks, it's a snake. In some decks, it's a hole. In some decks, it's something that's like a tripwire where it's going to snatch them. So if you're moving on from a group that was once a supportive friend group and that you find you're no longer a part of anymore and you're taking your shit and you're leaving, watch for something underfoot that you don't see coming. That's why they called for quiet planning in the Storks card. Quiet planning leads to quiet progress. Slower progress allows you to see what's coming. If you go too fast, then things pop up on you that you can't avoid. Okay. So let's go over to the stork here on the ace of feathers, the ace of cups on the stars. So this is you taking hold of your future. Please clarify Gemini taking hold of their future. And this is in your special talents. So whatever you have as a special talent, which maybe wasn't accepted, maybe wasn't encouraged or supported, it's going to end up being your greatest strength. So please clarify the Ace of Feathers on the stars for Gemini. Sun, rising, north node, stellium, or third house. Stork. Yeah, this is amazing. 2 stork cards in one reading. Also, he's moving on under the moon. Again, moon energy, keeping your motives hidden. You might be waiting for a window to come around where you can move. You can make this move because that's like the migration. They wait for a certain time of year to signal when it's time to go. So you might be waiting for a window of opportunity. You might be waiting for a sign or a signal that it's time you can make this move. You might be waiting for information. You might be waiting for the inspiration or more, like I said, more information. Please clarify the stork on the stars for Gemini. Thank you. You have, oh, look at that, the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Cups. He did try to pop out earlier. The Knight of Cups is idealistic and expectant. He's romantic and theatrical. He's emotional and affectionate. He's an emotional and affectionate suitor, keen to start a fond relationship. He's earnest, sincere, and genuine, if not a little sappy, maybe demonstrative or clingy. So we've got, who is this? Cancer energy? No, this is Scorpio energy. I give the knights to the middle child. So this is Scorpio energy, and we have Aries energy here. We've got the Emperor, who's also Aries, but also Capricorn. So what do we have? Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aries again. Okay, so this is what you're tapping into in yourself. You're tapping into this romantic side. You're very enthusiastic. Maybe you're a little untested, but the knights always bring in an opportunity to start a new situation. This is active manifesting a new situation, whereas the pages come in with an offer or a message of information, and it's like this, they come in with an idea of what could be, like we could have this, but I'm coming in with one small cup. Okay, that's the page. But with the knight, he's coming in raring to go. He's like, I'm starting this, let's start this. I'm coming in with a lot of love. So you are coming into some new position. You're planning. Now this is active planning because we've got the knight here. This is actively beginning a new situation. Coming in enthusiastic, coming in sincere. However, The one thing about the Knights is most of them do not come in to stay. They come in to initiate a new situation, but they don't come to finish it. I think it's going to be up to you to finish what you start here, okay? The only Knight that comes in to stay is the Knight of Pentacles. But he's the slowest Knight. So this is a Knight energy of masculine. It doesn't have to be a man. It's a could be feminine. Remember, gender, that gender means nothing in energy, okay? Gender is nothing but boobs and wieners, and that has nothing to do with the energy that you have. My guideline, and I know this is just one of many, so my guideline is look in your chart, and there will be a spot like down at the bottom where they lay out the whole um, where they lay out all the stats, and there should be a little box that says fire energy, water energy, earth energy, and air, and it'll give you like the numbers of how much is in your chart. Now I have a lot of masculine fire energy, even though I'm the feminine in whatever relationship I'm in. I'm the feminine, but I have a lot of fire and a lot of masculine energy. So look in your chart, and that will be how you express your energy. We're gonna go to. Oh, so I heard whatever this is, one of your special traits. So this is one of your strengths. As you pick this new direction, and as you go to these new grounds, either mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever you're planning in your future, you are going in full heartedly, okay? And that's going to be a strength. So down here with something that's not as it seems, like we have the burial mound, so you put something to rest about a Nine of Cups, okay? So please clarify what was put to rest for Gemini that they had set up their Nine of Cups for. What was put to rest? Let's read that card again. So this is something, there was a loss here, there was release, there was a finality, there was an end point. There was laying something to rest, burying the past, releasing of obligations to dead beliefs, and then Nine of Cups. So doing that, releasing that from the past, is opening up the possibility for your Nine of Cups. So let's clarify what the Nine of Cups is for. Gemini, please. Something was put to rest, and now Gemini is free to move towards their Nine of Cups. Please clarify the salmon, the Nine of Shells for Gemini. Thank you. Nope, that's too many. Please clarify the Nine of Shells, the salmon for Gemini. Okay, I will take them both. Usually I don't like to take two, but these two actually have a lot to do with each other. You are moving on to a Nine of Cups that is bringing you your Four of Wands, a foundation with someone new or with somebody perhaps from the past, because you do have the Six of Cups here. A brand new beginning, a foundation of love, and you've got the Chariot here, which means movement is imminent, okay? So moving towards this night, I heard it's coming in hot and it's coming in fast. So usually for me, the Chariot means the possibility of movement, but no movement yet, because the Sphinxes are still laying down. But in this instance, with all this movement and intent, with this beautiful energy in your heart of enthusiasm and virility, and there's a fire under this endeavor. I feel like the Chariot is ready to move, and you're going towards this Four of Wands. I am so, so happy for you, Gemini. This energy is beautiful. You are standing in your power. You are making decisive decisions for yourself. I heard executive decisions with this Emperor card. You're really taking your power, and you're going for what's making you happy. And unfortunately, that might hurt people from the past, but there's damage done here, and there's things put to rest, and you can walk away from this and not, I mean, you're of course going to feel some regret because you never want to lose people that you love along the way. But I mean, growth, like I said, growth is uncomfortable. Movement can be uncomfortable. Leaving things behind can be lonely and disappointing, but you have to clear the path in order to move forward. And let's go to our Six of Cups. Who is this? The sun is on it. What should you take a chance on? If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. What are you taking a chance on in the Six of Cups, Gemini? Whatever it is, it's going to be beautiful. Let's see. Please clarify the Six of Shells, the manatee. The manatee for Gemini. Thank you. Ooh, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you're still juggling things in your mind. Actually, it's not in your mind, it's in your everyday life. You're still juggling some financial things, some earthly things. You're trying to be prepared. You did have the Bear card, which is preparedness and prosperity. So you might be in the energy of starting over and deciding which path to take, okay? There are two very equal opportunities here, two very equal ways to go. You've been working on some things and now you have to pick one to continue. All right. Now, one of them has a rainbow going through it. Again, there's the rainbow card, the rainbow imagery. If you're looking for signs and synchronicities, rainbows could be it. And the moon. You've got fire sticks here. You've got Four of Wands. You've got the Emperor who holds a staff. There's birds here. So these could all be synchronicities that can reassure you that you're going in the right direction. The thing about the Two of Pentacles in this deck is that he's so busy juggling things in the 3D, the mundane world, jobs, pets. I mean, anything that is just day-to-day things, okay? You're so busy juggling these day-to-day things. This could also be, they showed me, once you made your move, okay? So once you move to this new place and you're unpacking, then you're going to be very busy for a while getting your house together. You're going to be unpacking, you're going to be finding room for things, you're going to be getting to know the new area, you're going to be looking for work, you're going to be looking for school, daycare, whatever. While you're juggling these earthly concerns, you don't see it. But behind you, in the waters of emotions that you've got your back turned to, is your ship coming in, right here. And it's coming in under the moon, which you had up here in your higher thoughts. It's coming in under the moon and it's being led in by a dolphin. And dolphins are traditionally a symbol of friendship and intellect and cooperation, your community, but definitely playful, friendly energy. So this absolutely fits with the Six of Cups, because if it's a nostalgic relationship that you left behind from younger years, then you're busy, taking care of 3D concerns, and you don't see that your ship coming in, whatever this Four of Wands is, whatever this love Nine of Cups possibility is, it's on this ship and it's coming in under the full moon, which could be hidden things, it could be cycles, it could be like maybe you come around with the idea of this person every once in a while, and it comes back to you and your heart goes back to them, and your thoughts go back to them, but that's all hidden under the moon cycles. But the ship is coming in and it's being led in by a friend, but you don't see it because your back is turned to the waters. So just keep your mind open to the possibility that while you are getting yourself together, while you are getting back on your feet, while you're starting something new and making these earthly decisions, in the background, the moon is bringing in what you wanted. Okay? So keep doing your work, but also keep your ear open for the sound of your ship coming in. So we're going to go on to this fox here. This oops, I fucked up. What went wrong? And it's the bear, which is preparedness and prosperity. It's also very protective energy. There was something about um, this past connection that you couldn't protect, and you maybe feel guilty about it, but you were children at the time, or you were young, or something was out of your control. So you need to be a little more forgiving to yourself about this going wrong the first time. But on top of it is a page of wands. You're coming in fresh and new. The offer is brought up again. There's a spark here, but it's just a spark. Okay, it's not a full blown raging fire yet, because the offer, the possibility is still young again. So let's clarify our fox here. The seer of branches, the page of wands on the bear, please. Page of wands on the bear, please, for Gemini. Sun, rising, north node, stellium, or third house. Oh, Ace of Swords, look at that. And it tried to pop up with the world, but it didn't come out all the way. The world is finality. And we did have the burial mound, which was talking about finality and putting something to rest. But with the world, it's the final end of the cycle. It's the last card of the major arcana before you get into the suits, before you get into the real down and dirty work in the 3D. It's also the world card. Oh, where did that go? Oh my goodness, I lost it. Oh, there it is. The world card is also the goddess, the Greek goddess Nike, and she is the goddess of victory. So whatever the ending of this cycle is bringing in your victories, okay? It's bringing in your laurels. It's bringing in everything that you sowed along the way. It's bringing your harvest in for you. And on top of this page of wands, you have the Ace of Swords, which you had up here with the stork in the Ace of Feathers. So this all has very much divinely inspired. You're on your path. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands, it feels like, ooh, it's tough to follow those dreams. And you feel like I feel somebody who, when they are in their inspiration to just follow what their heart is saying, they have like an open road to do things. But at some points along the way, you fall into doubt. Of course, Gemini, you are of two minds. So at sometimes you are extremely sure about what you know, where you're going, what you want. You've thought about it, you've mulled it over, and then sometimes a cycle will come around where you're just mired in doubt, and you're mired in, what if I'm on the wrong path? And especially it comes whenever there's like a bump in the road or an obstacle you have to get around, because sometimes your mind goes to, well, if this door is closed, maybe it's closed for a reason, maybe I'm on the wrong path, maybe I made all the wrong decisions, oh my god, maybe I can't do this, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing. Stop. Okay, stop. Because with the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Swords here, now you have the Two of Swords. In the Two of Swords card, you are blindfolded and you have the choice between two truths. But the key for the Two of Swords is that neither one will be your reality until you pick one. Okay? And that is absolutely Gemini energy, because if either one is possible, then you have to make sure in your own mind which one is the best one for you. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because whichever one you pick, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be hills to cross. There's going to be hardship. No one course is going to be easy, okay? But either one can be fulfilling. You just need to pick. Just, you know what I mean? And I know it's hard to hear, and it's hard to process. Just pick one. How am I going to just pick one? I get it. I'm a Libra. I'm a quadruple Libra. Okay? Sun, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Uranus, all in Libra. I get it. I get the overthinking. I get that um, all the different information is equal because all information is unbiased. I get it. But the aces are blessings. There are they're little level ups from the divine. It's like maybe you've been digging and digging and digging and researching and thinking and mulling things over, and nothing has really come to the surface that would help you make the decision. But this Ace of Swords is something from the divine. It's an inspiration, it's an epiphany, it's a something finally clicking, you know? Like maybe you've had this information for a long time, but there was something about it that didn't click. Now all of a sudden it's clicking, and you're gonna have this, I heard, a clear direction soon. Okay? I also heard, when I just looked at the card that says what went wrong and how did I fuck up, I heard nothing went wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just that the path changed. Okay? And you had to do course correction. And that's perfectly fine. It had nothing to do with you making a wrong decision. It's just you needed a course correction. And it may have thrown you off because, of course, being an air sign, you already planned the trip. You made sure you knew where you were going. You made sure you knew what you were leaving with, whatever. And then all of a sudden something about the plan fell through, and you think it was a deficiency in your own planning, but it wasn't. It's just the idea that life, sometimes the path changes. We have to be adaptable, and we have to be accepting of new information. We have to be able to take out old information, plug in new information, and recalibrate. Okay? So we're going to go one more layer for some clarity. We're going to go to Oda-Mae. And then we're going to get an ancestor's message cards, and we'll do the, if we have time, what are we at? Over an hour already. Okay, so maybe I'll cut it short. But, okay. In fact, they're telling me go ahead and go to the angels and ancestors. So, okay, wait, let me do this one more layer. Walking away from something. Emperor status, Knight of Cups, Chariot, Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah, this path is blessed. Just have faith in yourself and don't get discouraged about the obstacles along the way, okay? They're not telling you you're on the wrong path, but sometimes they're put there to slow you down because maybe whatever you're meeting up with in the future isn't ready yet, okay? You could be ahead of schedule in your timeline, and then the divine has to throw in some things that slow you down a little bit. It's not because you're going the wrong way. It's because you're going too fast. And whatever you're trying to get to towards the end isn't prepared yet. Remember, it did fall on the bear, which is preparedness and prosperity. So maybe you're being slowed down for a reason. Don't get discouraged. Keep renewing your information. Keep renewing your mindset. Be confident. And know that your heart is leading you in the right direction. It's actually leading you right to your Nine of Cups, your Four of Wands, okay? So we've got two here. We'll take these two. We've got the Seer and the Eagle. Ooh, Gemini. This is wonderful energy for you. I heard that you are actually tapping into your third eye, your higher self. You are being guided from way up above. Very, very good energy. So that I'm getting goosebumps for you. This is a wonderful reading. It says, see beyond the current situation. I'll pause here in case I want to screen cap that beautiful card. See, her eyes are covered, but she still sees everything because she's using her inner mind. And then we've got the eagle. It says, see from a higher perspective. Got a lot of bird cards here, which means definitely seeing from a higher oh, they just gave me a word and I lost it. Not just from a higher perspective, from lofty skies or something like that. Oh, let's read from the book for these. I'm excited for you, Gemini. This is a very good birthday reading. So we've got the seer. Again, this could be someone in your family line. These are ancestor cards. They have animals, spirits, and angels in there too. But when the people drop out, usually it's for someone who has that particular kind of person in their bloodline. So whoever this is for the Gemini collective, you have someone in your bloodline who was psychic or was a seer, who was a healer, who had visions or something, okay? It says, look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. And what is this over here but movement towards your Nine of Cups and this Four of Wands here? This is beautiful. It says, clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides, and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe realigns a path that is more favorable for you. What did I just say? I cannot make this up. What did I just say? You might be discouraged because there are obstacles or there are setbacks. That's not saying that you're on the wrong path. It's saying that you're moving a little too fast. So don't see higher than that. Go above the situation and see that there may be something here that's to your benefit. Just keep the faith, keep quiet progress, and stay the course, okay? It also says angels of light are up, upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening. So stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. Oh, I love this for you, Gemini. I really do. I'm disappointed that I don't have a strong Gemini placement in my chart. I mean, my Gemini house is empty, but I do have Mercury and Scorpio. So, I mean, that's the only Gemini energy I have. Now, the next one is Eagle. So, you have Eagle spirit here. Let's see. Go to the aminals. Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. I just heard fly higher than where you're tethered. Okay? And the tethering, it has to do with the traditions that you come from. So something in your family line that may be restrictive, or maybe you're conditioned to think a certain way, they're asking you to go above that and see past that stuff, okay? It says eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that in your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation. If there are other people involved, you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for your highest good, it will only hold you back. Ego medicine can help you change this. The ego brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. I heard especially love for you. And that's not a selfish love either. You have to have self love in order to grow and be strong enough to walk a path that hasn't been walked before. You have to have that self care and self love. You have to know that you are worth it. You have to know that you're blessed. So we're going to go to the theme deck and get some light-hearted messages here. Sometimes the readings can bring deep and heavy messages. So, in summary here, um, releasing something very restrictive that you had been tethered to from the past is allowing you great movement towards love in the future. You have the Nine of Cups, you've got the Six of Cups, you've got the Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Two of Pentacles, which is your ship coming in with a friend. You've got great opportunity here for some serious happiness. But along the way, if you have obstacles or setbacks, do not be discouraged, okay? Now we're going to get some lighthearted messages from the theme deck for Gemini. Ooh, healing. Okay, you've got Archangel Raphael here. I heard healing. Okay, so what they're showing me is somebody pulling weeds in a garden. And the garden, of course, is your life, or it's your subconscious, or whatever. It's where those things grow, but there's weeds choking it out. And in this case, the weeds are those old things tethering you to family baggage, okay? But when you yank out weeds from a garden, it's violent and it uproots that soil that you came from. It leaves gaping holes. It leaves things looking, destroyed. But taking out the choking vines and the weeds that take energy from the garden will leave room, sunlight, energy, nutrients in the soil for the things that you are really trying to cultivate, okay? And in order to do that, those wounds need to heal. And so that's why you've got Archangel Raphael here, the healer. It says healing of mind, body, and soul, compassion, creativity, releasing from addictions. It's a green light to ask for help and to heal injuries inside and out. So the asking for help, they want me to mention how angels cannot intervene, or help without us specifically asking them for it, because nothing is supposed to interfere with our free will. Okay, so yeah, they'll watch us suffer, but until we ask for help, they assume it's our free will that we want to go through it. So what I do is so you can go into meditation, or you can just absolutely stand still for a moment. Focus your mind and say, listen, I know you see me struggling, and I know you can't intervene until I ask. So I am now officially, out loud, in your presence, asking you to intervene on my behalf. Please send help. And that's how the angels will come and help. Okay? And ask for as many as you can. Ask for as many as you want. There were some times in my life where I asked them to send in the fucking cavalry. Send in every goddamn one around me that you can spare. And you will see that things can change. Please give us some messages for Gemini as a birthday greeting. Birthday bonus for Gemini. Sun, rising, north node, stellium, or third house. Or any other major placement that you have concerns about. Please give us messages for Gemini. Thank you. Messages for Gemini, please. Oh, I heard you've got what you need, Gemini. You got a couple more, okay. Is there any more? Otherwise, I heard that was pretty thorough. Okay, I'll take that one. And this one. But I feel like there's one more in there. Is there another one in there? Okay. Well, oh, that's two. Okay. Okay, I'll take them. All right, Gemini. Let's see what they sent you. So you've got cobwebs here, and it says you are protected from negative forces beyond your control. I'll just pause right there in case I want to screen cap that. You also have the apple, which is temptation. I heard this is the path you want to take. That's the temptation. Okay. You've got the hermit, which is Virgo energy. It says look inward to the divine within, but don't stay there. Okay. Don't stay in there too long, because you know you, Gemini, you like to be thorough in your brain, but you can get bogged down in details, just like Virgo can, okay? You've got the fortune cookie. Useful advice, encouragement, and small luck. Right there, okay? You also have, oh, pay attention to red flags, okay? So that might be something along your path that you might feel like is right, but you know, you kind of have an inkling it could steer you wrong. Pay attention to that. That's definitely messages to you that you need to pay attention to. You also have messages here, 8 of Wands. So you are going to get communication and cooperation. This is fire energy, so it's active, it's tangible, it's help. It's like help is on the way, but it's also messages on the way, okay? I also heard it has to do with your health, because for me the wands are the body and health, medicine and stuff like that. So with the 8 of Wands, communication, a letter, information, news, open correspondence, and clear communication. This might be with your 6 of Cups person, so keep that in mind too. But this is communication that from anybody, you know. Also, you have here 111 as a synchronicity. It's new beginnings, self-expression, get your bearings in this new cycle. Okay, I love this for you, Gemini. Good luck on this beautiful new journey. Have faith in yourself, have faith in your choices, have faith in where you want to go. Put to rest anything that was negative or restrictive. Now, we didn't get devil energy, so we didn't get anything like addiction or obligation or responsibilities or anything like that. But there just might be something from your past or something that you were raised to believe that could be tethering your progress, okay? But otherwise, whatever this new movement is going to lead you to something very lovely. So I wish you all the best. Happy birthday, Gemini, and I will be back a little later with the collective reading. Until then, thank you for sticking with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.